did I do right and what did I do wrong based off of my religion. So that's it for now.
I will add briefly, this conference, we did not consider the fact that this is Saturday and Hasidic Jews aren't allowed to work on Saturday. So thank you very much for filling in and allowing this panel to happen. We appreciate that very much. All right, wrapping up our fearsome five. I just made that up. Our Christian on the panel is Dr. John Sheeha. He is an associate professor of theology at Benedictine College in Atchison, Kansas. He earned his BA in philosophy at Fort Hays State University. He then went on to earn a master's in theology at the University of Dallas and a PhD in moral theology at the Catholic University of America in Washington, D.C. In other words, we literally couldn't have found someone better for this. He has been a member of the faculty at the Benedictine College since 2001. At Benedictine, he has taught classes covering foundational issues in moral theology, bioethics, social justice, and proper understanding of freedom. His area of expertise is the moral theology of the 13th century theologian philosopher Thomas Aquinas. His first book is titled Perfecting Human Actions, St. Thomas Aquinas on Human Participation in Eternal Law. And he has a second book currently awaiting publication called The Christian Moral Life, Directions for the Journey to Happiness. Please welcome Dr. John Sheeha.
I'm going to begin with a joke, actually. But I actually should apologize, too, because if I tried to do every Christian moral tradition out there, there's no way I could finish in 5 minutes.
You'll get 5,000 points just for attempting the joke, 10,000 if it's funny.
Okay. So let me make a little bit of fun of, I guess you'd say, the Catholic religion, first of all. So there's this guy, and he always goes to the bar. And he always orders 3 beers every time he goes to the bar. And after a while, they always wonder, well, why do you always order 3 beers every time you go to the bar? And he said, well, I made a pact. I made a pact with my 2 brothers, one in America, one in Australia. And that every time we would drink a beer, we would drink 3 beers, one for ourselves and one for each of our brothers. And after a while, he suddenly started just drinking 2 beers. And everybody wondered, well, what happened to one of his brothers? And so the bartender comes up and said, we're so sorry. We're so sorry about one of your brothers. And he said, oh, don't you worry. My brother's in good health. I gave up beer for Lent. So why is the joke funny? Because you recognize he doesn't get Lent, right? He doesn't quite understand the point of it, that Lent is not just something arbitrary. Lent is something that we do in order to become better people, in order to become happy. And so let me just start by saying then what, in fact, I guess you'd say the Catholic view of morality is not. It's not a view where you have an all-powerful God who arbitrarily gives rules that you have to follow or else you're going to be smitten. On the contrary, we believe, first of all, that God is intelligent, and secondly, that God is loving and good. And whenever you have somebody who's intelligent that makes something, well, they make things for a purpose. Right? So if I was going to say, make a car, I would want that car to be able to drive. If the car didn't drive, well then, in a sense, that car fails itself, right? So it's likewise with human beings. Humans are made for a purpose. And it's not just humans. Everything in creation is made to perform its proper action. It's made to do what? Well, what those particular things do. Trees are made to, grow and produce fruit, or if it's a fruit tree. And dogs are made to, bark and live in society with other dogs, or humans if you've got pets, things of this nature. Everything is made to fulfill its purpose. But likewise, God is a good God. So not only are they made to fulfill their purpose, but things are happy when they perform their proper action. So, It's not just humans, although we use the word happiness here a bit by analogy. Everybody in here can tell the difference between a happy dog and an unhappy dog, right? A happy dog is doing what dogs are supposed to do. Whereas an unhappy dog is, well, maybe he doesn't have enough to eat. Maybe he's missing social interaction. Maybe his owner is cruel. Whatever it is, he's unhappy because he's not doing what a dog is supposed to do. Well, it's the same thing with humans then. Humans are then happy when they perform the actions they're supposed to do. And you don't have to be, I guess I'd put it this way, you don't have to receive divine revelation from God to figure out the purpose of humans. In this sense, lots of people can understand morality. You'll notice the moral views are very similar from everyone up here, right? But it sure helps if you have God to give you a few pointers. You might, sort of like, I've forgotten his name, but he talked about Islam here. Sorry about that. As he points out, in many ways, God is like a parent. When you're young, children can